Hello and welcome. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners. Procyon, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network and everything we do. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and UConn legendary men's basketball player Jake Voskuhl. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large or small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, slip and fall, a car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut. He will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, helps them reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. To work with the best, he has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut. Go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. All right, and we are finally back with Inspire Synergy and the House of Changes CEO and Director Razul Wallace. Great to see you, sir.
You too, brother. Always a pleasure.
How's everything been going there? Because I know last time we talked, we had some beds open. Has anybody been able to come in? Has anybody looked into becoming a resident?
We have actually gotten 7. We're at 7 now, and we have 1 bed available, but 7 feels a lot better than 4
Oh, that's great.
or 5 residents.
Oh, that's great.
Yep, Marcus has been doing a good job of outreach, so I'm excited about that because it puts us in a much better financial position.
Yeah.
Um,
How long have they been in?
Can you still hear?
How long have they been in?
We actually got our last. We got our last resident this weekend. They came in.
And the other guys just kind of came in at the new year?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's interesting too because that changes the whole. Every new resident changes like the whole house dynamic.
Oh, I know. Believe me,
You know what I
it
mean?
used to drive me nuts. I used to
But
hate it.
Marcus is, and Marcus has been really, he's still, been phenomenal at managing that. So we're lucky to have him, and we're gonna be starting. We got funding for like a small program here in Norwich through the Peace Project here in Norwich. So we just got awarded $20,000 to do a program here in town that I'm excited about. I'm hoping and I believe that it can be something that helps the individuals that are a part of it.
It's for the men in the house if they want to be involved in the program. You basically received a $20,000 grant to use towards them to help them.
Correct. So the men in the house are welcome to participate. I don't think we're gonna make it mandatory.
Yeah,
Um,
you got to start making stuff mandatory, but that's okay.
well, I think that will be because we're only gonna have 20 cohort members,
Okay.
and I think we already have a possible like 5 or 6 without even marketing it at all, or not including the guys in the house. So if we include the guys in the house who we already see as strong candidates, we're already at 10, and we just got to get like basically 10 more people for the cohort. So and because of the investment, we really want it to be impactful, and I feel like it'll be most impactful to someone who does it like voluntarily. You
What
know what
does
I mean?
cohort mean?
Meaning, like it's a group of people going through the whole thing together.
Oh, okay. Okay. And what will they be going through together? What is the
The
purpose of the
program.
cohort?
So
Yeah.
the program is called the More Experience. More stands for Men Operating Responsibly in Emotion,
Oh, that's
right?
like the de-escalation thing almost in a different way.
Kind of. So that is one element of it for sure.
Yeah.
Um, that is. Can you turn it down a little bit, baby? Um, and there's 4 pillars. Hmm? I don't know yet, baby. I'll let you know when she does. Um, Men operating responsibly in emotion. There's 4 pillars. One is geared towards um, spiritual well-being. One towards mental, emotional well-being. One towards physical well-being, and one towards financial well-being. And the program runs for 20 weeks. And in that 20 weeks, we'll have 10 sessions every other Wednesday between 6 and 8 p.m. And then we'll have an orientation in the beginning, kind of bringing the guys in, letting them know what it is exactly that we're trying to accomplish, getting to know and understand them, and laying out the following 9 sessions. And then we'll have 2 sessions for each of the pillars, each of the 4 pillars, the financial emotion. So we'll have 2 sessions for each, and we'll have kind of a specialist in each one lead each of the 2 sessions. And then, so that'll be 8 sessions. And then at the end, we'll kind of have a wrap up, you know, certificate celebration type dinner thing. So that'll
Yeah.
be the 10 sessions. And the goal at the end will be for all of the cohort members to have developed one new positive habit in each of the 4 pillars, um, with the idea that it will make their lives, make them have better well-being
That'll
and
benefit
make
their life.
life, basically, yeah. Um, so I'm excited about it. I think that I feel like that
Yeah,
could be
that's good.
impactful. In between, we'll have in the off weeks, we're gonna do like a weekly check-in, like a scorecard, and then the facilitators will have like virtual office hours for guys to kind of check in with them, talk with them if they want, if they're available. This way, it's kind of efficient for the facilitators, and it gives the guys an opportunity to check in, talk things out if they needed some more guidance or support. We'll see how it
Yeah.
goes. I like this format because I feel like it's something that can be effective, yet it's not extremely burdensome. And then as a team, it's it's something, like I said, it's something that I believe can be effective, but not extremely like going in it as a team and with some financing, um, or funding. It makes it a lot more manageable than like 1 or 2 individuals trying to do something like that.
Yeah. And I was talking to James as well, James Whitfield. He's in
Okay.
Connecticut often with to see his girlfriend. If you ever wanted him to come to the house and talk to the guys about getting into insurance, if they had any interest in getting into insurance, they could work under him, learn from him, and
Okay.
he would obviously help them pass the test because
Oh, that's awesome.
it can be very lucrative.
That
So
is
we
awesome. That is that. Now, one thing I wasn't sure of, because I know you need a license, like a life and health insurance license, to be able to
yeah
um
yeah you pass the test.
you pass the test. But is there anything about criminal convictions at all with that? Do you know? I can talk to James too.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
Okay.
But I will ask him. I don't. I did ask him about that. I don't believe he said there is. I know there is for getting insurance. I don't know if there is for selling it, but
Okay.
I would say not because Rob got in quite a bit of trouble and he has his insurance license, so I think it's okay.
Okay.
But
Did
I
he get?
thought that
Did he? Do you know
the
if he got his convictions like expunged or what's the word? Where they kind of
yeah
like.
well, yeah if they get taken off your record.
Yep.
I do not know that, but
Okay.
I can find out. I can
All
find
right.
out. Um, I just think it's a good opportunity because um, James, we're working with Julius Williams and the Trench Mob. He's going to be doing kind of a Zoom with the parents and the kids, and we're trying to set up a pipeline for him for clients. So the parents, if they don't have insurance, they can get it, and then for their kids, especially if they have NIL deals, he can make them multi millionaires by the time that they're in their 40s. He did a plan for Courtney Williams, and Courtney was shocked at the numbers at what he could get with how much he would have to put down. He was amazed by it, and that's why I tell people on the show it's amazing because people think life insurance and they think it's just when you're dead they pay for your funeral and that's it, but it can be used for so much more. And after 10 or 15 years, I believe, you start drawing residual income that will last for the rest of your life. And one of the plans he showed me was a guy who put down, I think, $50,000, and then $50,000 for 1 year. Then they borrowed. They were able to get a loan against it for the second year. So $100,000, and in like 10 years, he's going to have income coming in at $128,000, and he's going to have $4 million tax free to use however he wants. And then he also has his death benefit to go along with it. So when you see the policies and the numbers, it blows my mind how crazy it is, because most people don't realize it. And since James is an independent insurance carrier agent, he can work with all different types of companies. So he doesn't have to work with anyone specific, like New York Life, Globe. He works a lot with Mutual of Omaha. I know you're muted. Yeah, but so that's yeah. So it's a great opportunity. Um, as long as you got to hustle to get clients, you got to offer different things. The healthcare is an issue we've talked about because of the Affordable Care Act not being resolved. He isn't selling it,
Yeah.
but he has an alternative that actually can work out better and save you more money that he went over. So
Okay.
it's you know when he had so much success, which I didn't really understand. Um, he sold cable. He did great in that, and then he worked for FUBU. He was a fashion designer, and he had incredible success in that.
Word.
And to leave that industry for insurance was a surprise. And he said, he had a couple mentors along the way who showed him how you could generate wealth from it, um, based off the commission. And he kind of got into it on accident because of a family member who got sick, didn't have insurance,
Mm,
and they had to pay out of pocket for a lot of stuff.
mm,
So that's
mm,
why he's been able to do it. And I think we're working to get him more clients. We're working to get him. I think the pipeline with Julius will be good, with having the parents and then the kids, because the younger you are and you get a policy, the shorter time your wealth is going to build up. And like I said, if these kids get insured in their 20s, by the time they're in their 40s, they're going to have a ton of money. So
yeah.
that was surprising to hear.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, for people who move into the house, what are the initial financial expectations? They pay. They obviously have to pay, rent for the first month. Is
Yep.
it first month, last month, and a security deposit? I mean, how do you structure it?
Oh no, it's really just because most of the people that are coming to stay with us have limited resources.
Right.
So to come in, they need $1,000 deposit, and that covers the first month's rent, and
Okay.
we call it administration, but it's $1,000 to move in basically.
Okay.
Um, and that covers the first month's rent. After that, it's 800 a month or 200 a
Right.
week.
Right.
Um, and then even for the guys that are moving in who've been had their challenges, whether it's incarceration, mental health, or substance abuse, a lot of the times, even that thousand is it can be a challenge for them to pull together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
No, it is. It is.
so but we've had help from Community Speaks Out is a partner that has helped a lot of guys move in, and Catholic Charities has helped. And then
Catholic
they'll
Charities
contribute
is
like
great.
200 each sometimes. So then that'll bring it down to like 800 to 600 for each of the guys to like move in. And then, we do our best to support what we can, right? Like some guys are on SSI and they have SNAP
Yes.
benefits.
Yes.
Some guys work part time or full time. Um, you know, if guys have the thousand to move in by themselves or with a combination of these organizations, we pretty much let them come. Um,
Yeah.
I think right now we're reevaluating if we have to put like a minimum sobriety aspect to it, which we
You
talked about
do. You
before.
do. You do have to put them in on sobriety aspect.
Right.
Yes, you do. Um,
Yes.
but no, that's good. And I had talked to some people, and if with fundraising and looking at some of the sponsorship opportunities that I think are possible, I think that I want to be able to get enough money in the door where guys would be paying $400 a month. We could get it to
Mm,
$400 a month through some sponsorships. I think that is reasonable. And the places that I spoke with, um, most range from 200 to 400. It's all dependent on the income. That's why they were kind of surprised that yours was 800, because a sober house should not, it shouldn't be based off that. You should be getting more funding. You should be getting funding based on the people that are residents. So
right.
that is something that I'm
So,
trying to look into.
basic needs is one tool that a lot of guys will use and take advantage of here in Connecticut. And we've been on a wait list to accept basic needs for probably close to a year now, and not. And we got to follow up and see what is going on. If there's anything we can do to get kind of to be able to accept it. But I think basic needs is funded through either ABH or DEMIS, and they'll support guys for the first 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
and help them, you know what I mean, get on their feet, kind of pay for their bed and stuff like that. So we get a lot of calls like that, and a lot of times we got to turn guys away. But my guess is that they just don't have the capacity to field all of the applications or requests to be able to be a basic needs
No,
house survey.
it's tough. It's tough. I mean, that's the place. I mean, I talked to several places, and it's a struggle to find guys beds once they graduate treatment programs.
Yeah.
So they were very excited about your treatment program and want to find a way to work with you and partner with you. And I think that's great if we can get you a couple partnerships where then again you have a pipeline of residents who are graduating from either 28-day programs or the 90-day programs and can come right in and live with you. And then that's something that their staff and case management can prepare for, to help the men raise the funds needed and also look for employment. That's kind of what we talked about. So I think there's so many opportunities locally. There's opportunities in Mass, and there's a lot of opportunities in New Hampshire for it. So I think that that would be huge, and I think you guys having the ability to you should have another house. You could have a woman's house as well,
Yeah.
and I think that that's something you should absolutely look into. Has that been a discussion at all between the board
Oh, 100%. Um,
trying to find
100%.
something?
Well, I think from my perspective, the woman's house is something that we want to do. We talked to one of my business partners and board member. She has a house that she's renovating right now, and she's still deciding what she's going to do with it. So we were thinking possibly for House of Changes to rent it from her to do a woman's house, or possibly women's, or a house for minors, because
Very
there's
much
funding
needed.
available for that too. So it's definitely been in the conversation. I think one of the two things that are a priority right now is the financial stability of the men's house, and then
Yes.
the developing some type of programming or support. You know, that's why I'm excited about this more program and the funding that we got from the Peace Project here in Norwich,
Yeah, that's big.
because not right, it helps us tremendously in starting, a programming or a curriculum. You know what I mean?
And I mean, I thought you guys did phenomenal because you said in reality you had four guys that lasted a full year in the house
Yeah. Yeah.
and did well. That's very good. And
Okay.
overall, this was asked a few times by people I talked with. Uh, the guys that would come in and out, what would you say if you could put a percentage on it? The relapse rate was
It's probably like when we did the numbers, we were probably around like 50%. I
okay. That's
know,
about right.
we evaluated it, and we looked at all the guys that came in, then basically evaluated or gave them a score based on if they left of their own free will, going into
Right.
a better kind of situation, or the house was used as it was designed, as a place for them to kind of gather themselves, get some stability before moving on to bigger and better things. Or if they were either like evicted for, non-payment, or, drug use, or not following the rules, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And basically we were at essentially like 50-50.
Right. And what is a typical day like there for the residents? Because I know some work odd hours, different shifts, and they don't typically, you can't have dinner together always and everything like that. What does a
Mhm.
typical day for the residents look like?
A typical day is really just them. They have their chores that they got to do. Everybody has a chore within the house.
Yep.
Um, if you're working, you're required to do 3 meetings a week. if you're
A
working.
week. Yep. That's good.
One or two can be virtual, and then one or two have to be in person. Um, they have a curfew. I think curfew is
Yep.
11 p.m. 11 p.m. curfew, and then random year analysis. And then there's like a weekly household kind of meeting check-in to make sure everyone's on the same
Right.
page, um, which can be challenging at times because guys have different work schedules and things like that. Um,
So
but
they meet with Marcus, correct?
they
Or
meet
they
with
meet with you
Marcus.
and yeah, okay.
Meet with Marcus. I will go when I can.
Yeah,
Oftentimes I'm not able to. Um, like
right.
because we have so many new residents though, I will be at the next meeting, which is scheduled for Sunday. Just so I can meet everybody that was new that's come in and kind of get a feel or a sense for everyone.
And then you mentioned like workplace development. We had a discussion on another show about this, about the need for laborers, like
Mm.
plumbers, HVAC people,
Oh yeah,
electricians.
yeah.
Um, is there a possibility of a partnership like that in the area with a group that does that type of training, or an apprenticeship that a plumber or an HVAC or an electrician, someone would take on that you know of?
Yeah, so there's actually a couple of potential that are in the work. There's some potential that's in the works right now. But I do real estate, right? And then I have a couple of flips going on at the moment. And we've actually used the guys for to do some cleanouts or like unskilled
Oh,
labor.
good,
Which is I think is a good option to have when you have it for guys that don't necessarily have a strong income stream to start to make a little bit of dollars. And so that's a current option, but that's not very consistent at the moment. um, One of the things that we're working on for this summer is with my partner's my partner and I's compost business and a local Hartford Black woman owned farm.
Arvar,
Arva. Yep.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, I
Arva.
like her. Arvar
Oh
and
yeah,
Jameson,
I love
they
Arva.
should be able to help you out.
Right. So we are looking to create a closed cycle program that brings. All right, we gotta wait till I'm done, baby. We gotta wait another about 10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes. That's
What
my.
does what does she want?
She wants something to eat, but
Oh, oh,
she's had a couple snacks since we got
how
home.
old is she?
5.
Oh, she's 5. Tell her to get on the stove and start making some mac and cheese. She'll be fine. That's great.
Yeah. Um,
So
right.
that's great. So you got Arvar, and is there any possibility? Because I think Jameson is another asset
So
that.
we would like to communicate. So right now, that's another grant that we're working on. It's one that's I forget. It's a SARE grant, but it's geared towards environmental and soil. And there's so many like overlaps and connections with that because like what do they call it? I think Arva said it's like most human beings nowadays living in most cities have what's called I forget the terminology, but it's basically a nature deficit where we're so disconnected from the earth and it's causing us all types of different sicknesses, mental health, physical health,
Big
well-being,
time.
and
Lack
this
of
kind of
vitamin D.
yeah, yeah, um, and this because we throw stuff in the trash instead of putting it back in the earth, right? So our fruit and vegetables have less nutrients than they used to have, a fraction of the nutrients, because they're trying to produce it as quickly and profitably as possible. So there's
And
not really
it's
that
smaller
consideration.
quantities too, which I found
Right.
out. You never get
You
the
gotta wait this.
quantity.
You gotta wait.
Um, the other question is, would there, I wanted to try to work on a, because you've had food and grocery arrangements. a partnership or a sponsorship with a grocery store, a Whole Foods, something like that. We had a deal where we got $60 gift cards a week, where were able to spend on food to for ourselves in the house, because they don't have an arrangement like that right now, right?
Who
The men in the house, like they don't have anything for food expenses. They have to cover it themselves, right?
they have to cover it themselves. Right now,
Yes.
we do a food pickup once a week from Whole Foods,
Yes.
and then we've been distributing to the mosque and and
Did you say a
so,
mosque?
yep, a mosque and a couple. We've also done it to some local like food pantries, and
Yeah.
then had some residual stuff for the men also. Um, so that has been something that they benefited from
Okay.
since we started it. Um, to varying degrees, because the food that comes, some days it's like there's like a lot of good like with a lot of fruits and vegetable
Yeah.
produce, some meats. There's this always seems to be a lot of like breads and pastries,
Yeah. A lot of
which
carbs.
isn't,
I know.
yep, the most the healthiest. But every week I would say we get at least those. A lot of weeks there's some good stuff, and then some of the nature of the pickup is that some of the stuff has kind of is past its like useful life,
Yeah, that's how it goes.
you know. But
That's what they
but
usually do.
and we've been composting that directly, and then also the stops that we have kind of we're slowly educating them on the composting process so that we can take some of that out of the waste
Other
stream.
than Whole Foods, is there another supermarket or grocery store that's in the area?
So not right now,
Okay.
but our Ava, we've been pronouncing her name wrong. We've been calling her Arva,
It's
but
not
it's actually
Arva, it's Ava.
Ava. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I've been pronouncing it wrong too. Ava has her farm, and she's
Yeah.
donated along with some of her. I think another farm that's close by. They've gotten her to donate also.
Okay. Because then Whole Foods is the one that I'm going to reach out to, because they should definitely be a sponsor for the house, and work out an arrangement monthly to give, so the guys can have like we had $60 a week, but um, $60 doesn't go very far. 70, $80 a week, $80, 8 guys. It's not. It's under $1,000. I think
Right.
that could benefit them.
You guys got that
And then
weekly?
we got $60 a week. Yes,
I
but I
mean,
think
for
I
one
think
person, that's helpful. I
it
mean,
didn't
it's
help
not a
me. It didn't
ton.
help me. But yeah. No, listen, man, it's tough. It was tough for
No,
me
it
to shop
is.
with $60.
It,
But no,
no,
I mean, it's something. But yeah,
it's
whatever they would
something.
do, whatever they would
Yeah,
do.
and it's
But
much harder now than it was then too.
that's what I would. That's what I want to reach out and talk with them about, to see about becoming a sponsor and giving the guys monthly gift, or weekly gift cards, for $60 a week or $70 a week, so
Yeah,
that way they can buy some food. And then the other pieces, the case management. Um, what I definitely want to do is help guys who don't have jobs. Make sure that they know how to put their resume together and get up on Indeed and get up on LinkedIn, so they can apply for jobs. And
yeah,
as far as the new guys that have moved into the house, have they been able to apply? Or do they have jobs?
yes. So they have jobs. Well, let me say
Okay.
this: one of them is getting the support of the hospital, which, to be direct, I'm not really sure what program that is. We have to figure that out. But he's
Is
getting
it from a
support.
treatment facility or an actual, like, mental hospital?
We it's not, it's like a hospital.
Okay.
Bacchus, who's right across the street. I think he's in some type of program where he's getting treatment for I don't know if it's mental or what, but I think that they're helping him for a couple months. I actually got to get the more details on that one. And then one of them is actually set up pretty good. He working at an architecture firm, but because he's on probation or parole, um, he needed like a stable address. Um, and and he is a sex offender, so I
Right.
think he had because of that he had limited options. Um,
Right. Right. I get that.
that group is very they're ostracized a little bit more
Yeah, it's
than everybody
tougher.
else.
It's tougher. It's tougher to do
Yeah,
that.
it's a lot tougher for them. So you know,
But it's good that you got the house close to full,
yeah,
and you were able to do it now, and hopefully guys can stick around. You do have to have a minimum requirement on sobriety. Please tell me you
yeah.
didn't take anyone in with like 2 days of sobriety or 5 days of
Not
sobriety.
no with 2 days or 5 days.
Okay,
I
good.
told you we did have. I told you about the house member that he's one of the original that was in for over a year. He had a relapse and then he went to
And
that
then went
program,
back
that
and came back.
PhD program, and
Yeah.
came back.
Yes.
And he seems to be doing pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, um,
That's
me and
huge.
Marcus talk, and he gives his assessment of like where guys are, and
Well, he spends the
which
most time with them.
he does, but I think he has a really like an honest, real kind of
Oh, of
perspective on
course he
things.
does.
You
Yeah, he
know,
does. He's got a pulse on the group.
yeah,
I've
and
talked
he's
to him
like,
several times.
he's like, what, we're gonna support and hope for the best, but I don't think that this guy has has gotten everything out of his system yet. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing.
He's got a feeling that something else could be coming.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, also, I mean, are you still requiring the men to be out of the house during the day?
We are for the most part,
Okay.
but I think I've given Marcus the discretion to kind of like basically to the ability to use his discretion because
Have some flexibility on it.
yeah, yeah. Like if guys like for example the one gentleman like he's not working, he's going through this program at the hospital, the same one,
Yeah. Right.
and
So I'm sure he's going for sessions and treatment.
right, and he's not working, and he's not out of the house for the working hours, but he's consistently going to his program every day like he's supposed to. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So things like that.
And he's doing his meetings and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Because that was the one thing, talking to some of the facilities, um, having good case management, working with them to get them jobs, steady employment. And
yeah,
then they love the idea that you have with the affordable housing, giving them the opportunity to possibly, own their own property in time as they move through the program, and
yeah,
having different steps to the program
yeah,
um,
yeah.
is a great plan. So you're moving in the right direction. You're absolutely moving in the right direction.
Thanks, brother.
But
Appreciate it.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna come up February 23rd. I'm going to try to work on. I'm staying with Maria. I'm going to try to get meetings and talk with potential sponsors and try to get them on board, because your podcast numbers are humongous,
That's what's
and
up.
that is something that can. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it can benefit them, but they can also be on other shows as well.
Yeah,
We have so many different shows they can be on, so we
yeah,
can give them advertising, and they can be sponsors. I want to get Whole Foods on board, and then I know Ashley talked to some of the local businesses.
yeah,
Those are the ones that we have to go after, because this is a good cause. This is a good cause. They should be involved in it, and we got to get something residual that's coming in monthly. So it takes a lot of pressure off you guys, and it takes pressure off the guys in the house. So we can give them work, we can give them food, and we can really provide support, with mental health as well,
Yeah,
and make sure that they're taken care of.
for
And,
sure.
and one of the facilities asked me, do the men, do most of them have insurance, health insurance?
Most of them are through the state insurance. The
They do.
majority
Okay.
of them. Yeah,
They do have the state insurance. Okay.
yeah.
So you don't have like a specific doctor that they're required, like that you partner with, that you bring them to
No,
for, okay. Like a primary care doctor or mental health that you work with.
not at the
So
moment.
that's the other partnership that we got to work with.
Yeah,
Latanya,
but
I got to get Latanya with you, because
yes.
there's a way to work that out too.
Okay,
So
but
there's a lot we can do with that.
there is. You said you're gonna be here the 23rd to the 28th or 29th.
Yeah, the 23rd. I'm coming that Monday. I'm going to
Okay.
the UConn game the 25th, and then I'm gonna try to stay the week. I want to move in. I want to move in the basement, but you said I can't move in the basement. So,
When you come, we'll check it out and you'll see.
well, I just need to throw an air mattress down somewhere, and I'll be fine. But
All
yeah,
right,
but no, I want
I
to come
appreciate it.
and help the guys in the house, and get the resumes and get them up on Indeed, LinkedIn, so they can apply for jobs. Anyone who doesn't have them, or anyone who wants to improve. And then, you're doing a lot of group work, and Marcus has the pulse on everything that's going on with them. You're meeting with them. So
Yeah,
the program is progressing nicely. I know
thank
you
you.
have a lot on your plate with the development that's going on in Norwich, and I hope that's going well. Laban wanted me to ask you about that.
Okay,
And
but hey, I
Brett,
just want to say, Kelly, I gotta, I gotta run. I told you I gotta run because I gotta
yeah,
get
I know.
baby girl
Yeah.
going. But I just want to thank you. I appreciate, because you've been very, helpful and everything, and very supportive, and you put forward a lot of effort and help and support. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. It takes a village. It takes a
Yeah.
village, and also contact Nedvon. He developed an AI program for nonprofit organizations.
Okay.
I don't know if he told you about that, but he can
I did try.
definitely.
I did try calling him back, and we haven't connected yet. But I guess
You'll
we're
you'll
playing
you'll
phone
you'll
tag
connect.
right now. Yeah.
You'll connect. You'll have a 4-hour conversation, but you'll connect. So, all right, you're good to go. I got to
All right,
mention the
brother.
other sponsors, and
Thanks,
I will
brother.
put this up. I'll tag you. Make sure you share the shit.
All right.
I'm gonna put you as a collaborator. I'll put the House of Changes and you, so
All
you
right.
share it, and then I'll make clips from it. All right.
All right, brother.
All right. Take care.
You too.
All right. So we have to mention Julius Williams and the Trench Mob. We have the Trench Mob podcast every Wednesday night at 8:30. Julius and Jordan and Anthony, they train offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments. They are going to one in California this weekend. We wish them luck. They're on a plane right now. They also go to college showcase camps. Julius has sent kids to Florida, Florida State, Miami, Georgia, Tennessee, Clemson, Alabama, just to name a few. If you want to work with the best, if you want a Division I scholarship, Julius is in Decatur, Georgia, but he has a virtual program. He can work with you anywhere in the country, and his track record speaks for itself. He's got more kids at Division I programs having success than anyone. The Trench Mob was national champions last year and the year before. He's grown this group into the best in the country for offensive and defensive linemen. And he works on character development and making sure they're polite, respectful, good kids first. And then football comes second. So please, it's an investment. It can pay off. It can make you a lot of money. And your kid will learn tremendously from it. So go to the website. It's trenchmobfootball.com and sign up, because Julius is the best of the best, and your kid will go Division I if they work with the Trench Mob. The sooner the better. www.trenchmobfootball.com. Ned Von Young, Fresh Fold Laundry Co., Chapel Hill, North Carolina. High-end laundry service. You can book online. They have a pickup and now a delivery service. You put your clothes in a clear plastic bag and put them outside. They come pick them up, wash, dry, fold them for you within 48 hours. They are returned to you. They also have an expedited service where they can do it in less time. They have an online subscription model, weekly or bi-weekly, which is amazing. They also have deals for college students in the area. Anyone in the area in college, you want to get your laundry done, go to Fresh Fold. It's in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Plenty of colleges in the area. And the website, Fresh, I'm going to get it right. It is my-freshfold.com. See, I got it right. I told you I would. And then we have James Whitfield of Luther James Insurance. For the last 3 years, James has dedicated himself to the art of financial services and planning. He specializes in life insurance and insurance policies. He will make you a ton of money, a boatload of money, and he will do so tax-free. James understands the stress that goes into thinking about retirement and retirement planning, which he also will help you with. How much do I need? For how long? Do we have enough? Because fear of the unknown is real. To connect with James, all you have to do is go to lutherjamesinsurance.com. This has been Inspire Synergy and Height Growth. Steve, pick a niche, bro. One day you talk about UFC, another day about real estate. Well, Height Growth, I am not good. I'm not a good podcaster, so I have to do a little bit of everything. I am not Joe Rogan. I am a disaster. I am terrible. I'm a terrible host. I'm a terrible person. So I do as much as I can for a variety of shows, because my thought process is to have something for everyone. And I am an expert of none. I'm an expert of none. But thank you for calling me out and making fun of me. I appreciate it. And remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at Height Growth.